Now, I think we're also moving on to festive season and, trying to get a sense of really what to expect there. How are sales looking? Are we off to a good start? Sunil Souza, Managing Director of Whirlpool, as well as Vishal Mewani, Director Kohinoor Televideo, and Srinivas Mothey of Paytm Mall joining us on the show this morning. Thanks so much, gentlemen, for joining us for this discussion. Let's just kickstart with you then, Sunil, and start off by really understanding, with Amazon, Flipkart claiming the highest ever sales this festive season already, how has demand been for you this time around?
So before I come to the demand for the festival season itself, I would say overall for the appliances sector, we're still seeing growth. We've probably seen a slightly slower growth. The keyword is growth, from the high single digits to probably a mid single digits for the industry itself. If the festival start with Amazon and Flipkart is any indication, I think you would see the consumer coming out big time for the festival season. So we are quite happy with the numbers that we have delivered for September. I can't quote it as of now because we've still not released the numbers. The festival season started off a bit slow. We would have expected an uptick in the last week of September or so, but I would say it probably started taking off around 2nd October, and from then on we are seeing strong footfalls. And given the product portfolio, the pricing, promotion, the entire mix that we've rolled out and the way we executed on the ground, we remain quite confident that we will continue this trend of delivering double-digit growth.
If I could come to you, because the likes of Amazons and Flipkarts have captured around 93% share of the online festive season sales. How's business been for you?
So I think for us it's slightly different and interesting for us because most of the reports always say 93% shipments, but Paytm Mall having a online offline model, what we call O2O, most of these shipments don't get covered in the reports. So but overall I think for us it has been a 3x growth starting from 29th. Very interesting stats, like for example we've sold more than 30,000 plus, we will sell more than 30,000 plus automobiles, indeed two-wheelers on our platform. Everybody sells mobile, but for Paytm Mall, I would proudly say that, interesting category, automobiles and two-wheelers did pretty well. Besides a lot of tier 2, tier 3 town users coming and shopping, fashion, consumer electronics, home has been pretty interesting. And we brought over 30,000 retailers on board for this Diwali, where we're also kind of sending footfall traffic to the retail stores, like fashion, groceries and all of those, has seen a very interesting curve for us this festive season.
Okay. I'm just going to get, Sunil, specifications about the items. When I say specifications about the items, Sunil, was there any change in last Diwali versus this Diwali in terms of the higher model versus lower model? Is there a pattern which is dramatically different this Diwali or this festival season?
Well, India remains a penetration market, and you would see first-time buyers in large numbers. Given that, we see two peaks in the appliance business in India. One is the summer peak, which I call it the physiological peak, where there are more first-time buyers. And this is the psychological peak where you see up trading and consumers looking for higher features and benefits, not the first-time buyers. This season, our portfolio itself, we've actually ramped up the premium space of the portfolio, and we are seeing a fantastic response on that piece. That is one piece. The second piece is we do see higher demand coming in from tier 2, tier 3 and rural areas. That tilts the mix slightly towards the lower side because a lot of them are first time buyers, and I think that is happening primarily because of all the infrastructure work that the government has done, the electrification, etc., and the availability of appliances and the usability thereof. So we are seeing growth on both kinds of this thing, but we are seeing a good response to the premium side. Upgradation in urban and first-time buyers in rural.
Vishal, let me bring you in as well. Of course, how sales have been, so far this time around. Do you feel you'll continue to achieve what you normally achieve, during this time of year? And given that the online players have had such a strong number, will this impact things? Are you expecting a second wave of buying as well, just pre-Diwali?
From Navratri beginning itself, the business has peaked, okay, and we really see a lot of upwards, and consumer mindset is actually shifting towards the premium products, So we're definitely seeing a very positive side on shopping, and things are really going positive so far.
Where is the bad news, guys? I mean, everybody is saying there is a slowdown on this panel. If news is so great, then should we start complaining about slowdown? Sunil, Vishal, Srinivas, anyone can recover, because all three of you are telling me there is only good news, there is uptick. So then when it comes to, demand to the government, we should stop demanding that we need this SOP, that SOP, this GST cut, that GST cut. Who wants to respond to this?
So let me respond to it. I would say the government has done a lot of stuff, primarily on the supply side of the economy. And for that to seep in, it takes a bit of time. And I would dare say that you will start see these impacts coming out on the demand space very quickly. That's one piece. The second piece is from an appliances sector itself. As I mentioned, we are a low penetration economy, and therefore you will have first time buyers. Now, yes, you have a lower GDP growth and a lot of people are talking about it, but also people should remember inflation is hitting all-time low, and therefore the dip in the disposable income is not much as much as the dip in the GDP. So people still have money in their pockets. People are seeing electrification happening, aspirations going up, and therefore purchases happening. So like I said, I mean, yes, has growth slowed down a bit? It has, from a high single digit, double digits, sort of mid single digit. But from an industry perspective, there's still growth. That's number one. And number two, actually from a Whirlpool perspective, if I look around, in a time where you're playing for the long term, in an emerging market, you'll see the ups and downs. As long as you're confident that you're playing for the long term, you've got a product portfolio, a pricing which appeals to the Indian consumer, and you've got execution behind it, there is no better time to gain share. So industry, slower growth and share growth, that's why I'm quite confident of continuing to deliver the double-digit top line.
Srinivas, you're also looking at partnering with offline retailers this time. Talk to us about how that's panning out for you, where you're seeing the maximum, sales strength coming from, whether it be regions, whether it be, offline versus online. Also, just the kind of targets you've set for yourself this season. Where are you at in achieving that? I think you're expecting a 300 million or 2,000 crores GMV for the season itself.
Right. So I think interestingly for us, like just to kind of answer to your point, I think one is new supply. So what we tried to do is we introduce now cross-border products, which is basically eBay has been one of our partner in bringing in a lot of new supply at different ticket sizes. A lot of new customers have started coming in. I'm talking about purely online, and I think interestingly now what has happened because of the retailer tie-ups that we have done in tier 2, tier 3 markets, people who came first time shopped in retail stores have increased. So basically we saw conversions increasing in retail stores like grocery, fashion, automotive dealerships. I think that's why I gave you a number that we should end up with doing more than 30,000 two-wheeler sales this month. I'm seeing all of this combination of new supply, newer retailers coming on board, newer customers in tier 2, tier 3 markets is actually fueling the demand for us, and we are on track to kind of achieve our target of GMV that we've envisaged.
Vishal, let me also understand from you if you're looking at new ways to bring in the consumer this time as well, whether it be discounts, whether you feel certain segments perhaps are doing better than others, have high-priced white goods been under pressure? Are you looking at perhaps, where else are you looking to really drive demand? And what kind of traffic and growth do you really see for the season?
Well, Kohinoor has always been very, very innovative in terms of, how we offer and, what kind of offerings you bring on the table for the consumer. We've just brought in this scheme, any product you buy, you will probably get a buy and a fly ticket or anywhere across India. You know, this is one of the innovation we've just brought in. This is what has actually helped us bring more consumers and, you know, creating better offers. And probably in days to come, we have much more offerings which are going to be, you know, revealed very, very soon.
Right, gentlemen, we'll have to leave it there, but thank you so much for your time, and it looks like you're all set to see this this particular festive season through, so all the best to you. Okay. I think we're going to take a very quick break. We'll be back with more. I think Virendra Kumar is also going to be joining us right after this. Recent ANSI data, trends, lots more. Stay with us.